And I'm also gonna turn off Lo-Fi City? What is this game called? Lo-Fi Spirit City Lo-Fi Session. I have yet to find any more spirits because I've never put myself in a situation where I'm gonna try to find them. I was gifted this by Lunari, and I like it. Like, it's nothing I really like game personally, but I use it for like stream music. It is technically something I can show off as well, but yeah, I basically have this, so I don't know where I would even have it at a point. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some gaming. I think it's gonna be right. Oh, I think so, because it looks like something I'm not... Yeah. And here comes the police. Jesus. Alright, fair enough. Accused lobby. It's complete chaos outside. Let's just say that the defiant dragons...
Stand by for action!
Brahman, welcome to the stream. I was so confused first where that came from. But yeah, welcome. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I still love your emotes. They're absolutely adorable, to be honest. It's also interesting how you managed to make your helmet actually show off expressions. It is truly amazing. But yes, I do hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I have basically not started. I have been babbling about for 22 minutes. Just about me and technical stuff. VR, AR, AI. My own camera sensor. Which I'm still gonna have to update sometime. Just need a few things. Well, technically I do believe I have the things needed. I'm just gonna do it someday. Because I think my father has the solder... Not... Solder? Is that what it's called? Soldering. You know, soldering iron. That's the thing. No, don't know where it is, really. But yeah. I was just discussing that because it was at work. I was searching... I was... applicating myself... what the hell am I saying? I applied for it. And it did say some extra stuff where, like, it was merited if you had, like, understanding of AR, VR, and AI. So, yeah. Oh, don't worry. Like, I have not shown that on stream. That was something I built on my own. Because I wanted to actually be able to take photos of lightning. And the easiest way to do that, have something that sense whenever the lightning strikes. Issue: I did not put any button on my own board, which means that the sensitivity is hard-coded in. Which means if it is too sensitive or too little sensitive, yeah, like, it is not easy. So I'm gonna have to update that with 2 buttons and... if I'm capable, probably a screen. I have a screen, it's just I'm very bad at using the screen. That, and I'm also making a linear actuator as well. Actuator, yes. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Because I'm gonna make a rising shelf. I'm gonna have it by my bedside, and it is gonna be about the same height as the bed. And whenever I press a button, it's gonna be able to lift itself up, so I actually can get into the internal storage, which is basically just a little extra shelf in between there. Just to like hide it outside, like outside of view, and like I don't like hit the goddamn thing each time I sleep. But yeah, I basically started 3D printing that, so I'm gonna deal with the technical stuff later on. So yeah, I'm kinda technical with some stuff. Not the best, but I know what I'm looking for whenever I need it. I've taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. They look about ready to string us up if we lose. Huh. Wait, hold on. That would have... Nah, that is still like a lose-lose. If we lose, the whole DC Act comes in, which means we also get executed. And if we lose, the Defiant Dragons will string us up if we actually lose. This is a lose-lose situation. Wait, hold on. Our trials here are pretty much like the ones back home, but with one major difference. The divination seance. The victim's final memories will become a matter for deliberation. I heard about that, but they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in Kurain. True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent. Yep, true. There was actually one that was lying about their own death. Because they wanted to see it as the Avenger had killed it. I don't know what they're called. I don't think I have it here either, but it was like they have like a Avenger or something here. And no, apparently not. He just decided to commit suicide and run into something sharp while it looked like the Avenger basically stabbed him. Because then no one would realize there had been another death there. So yeah. It's still a simple piece of evidence. Oh, I was about to make a voice, but it's actually backstory more or less, or memory. I have one more big secret. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter how it turns out to be. Also, we realized that two things, I believe. One, we have her, which is Naina, is caretaker of Padma, which is daughter of this thing. But I believe Naina is this person because, well, grey eyebrows, a diamond in on the forehead. Why is Phoenix Wright rocking that outfit though? That is basically from the first trilogy, where we actually had to deal with a twin. Not Phoenix twin, but basically kind of looked like Phoenix if he was actually a gang member. So apparently in this game he has that as an outfit, so I decided I'm gonna bring everyone with their outfits. So that's why he has that. For anyone that's never played these games before, it might just be, why does he have that? For those who have, that's kind of a historical moment, I guess. But yeah, this person is also this guy's wife, who would have died in a fire 23 years ago. So we know that she's alive. I can't really show anything about that, because I don't think we have even a name on here somewhere. Also, Inga here is dead. Also, I'm gonna write out the name of this guy here, because it is there are many puns in these games with their names. Apollo Justice Inga, full name. Because I am not joking. What I'm gonna copy. There we go. Here we have it. This name I'm gonna write in chat, or copy me, like paste in chat, is this guy's full name. And if you try to read it as a sentence, there is actually a sentence in there. I'm gonna let chat do that. If not, I am gonna basically read it out soon. I'm gonna read out soon, to be honest, because it's... I freaking love it. Yeah, who's this? Yeah, his name is Inga Karhul. How could this name be any longer or more pompous than it already is? That is his name! I freaking love it. Like, the funny part is it might not be a pun of anything, but it's more a pun of him being a royal, making a long ass name that basically is telling him, why the fuck do you have this long name? Who's this? Oh! There you go, just like I promised. I freaking love his name, but like, I just realized like there are puns in this name here and there. For example, this guy's name is That's Arabal. Or, in truth, That's Arabal basically translates into That's a Rebel. Which he is. So yeah, there is a lot of puns here sometimes and I freaking love it. I just called this Sad Man because I can't even pronounce their goddamn name. This one also has a pun. I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide, because he has been our guide, actually. So I freaking love these games, to be honest. I believe that they are making a new one of these. I am not willing to say that is true, but I have heard rumors of it. And believe me when I say I am gonna stream it. Hey. Weren't you arrested by the police yesterday? Yep. And I spent the night in the cell, I had a fine meal, a shower, and even bed. What more can I ask for? Alright, fair enough. Actually sounds way better than where we're staying. I just remember, AJ. If the Rooks are found guilty today, I'll probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act too. Yep. Yatha said something to that effect. I wish Garan wants to take advantage of today's to crush our revolution once and for all. The fate of a revolution on every Kurainese person rests in this trial. Yeah, the only problem is you're talking about a royal. Like, I don't remember everything about this game, especially like small moments or like images of what's going on. But I imagine that the queen is gonna come in here and say no to something. Not in the sense of I am innocent, I have proof, more like I'm gonna show them some proof and she says no. No one is allowed to do this, we're gonna stop this. Something in that sense. But count on you, AJ. We'll be fine. I'm going to win this one, we'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom. Right. I think I've actually had the costumes over the whole goddamn game, to be honest. Almost. I think in the beginning I did not. But I kind of forgot there is actually costumes in each game from the last one. The one before this one. So yeah, today we actually start the first day in court. Let the trial of Duruk Sadman begin. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty. Ah, so it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back now, Naifa. Jesus. This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Pompous, Jesus, and the assassination of the former Queen Amara Sigatar Kurai. Amara Sigatar. I feel there is a pun there as well, but I want to read everything as a pun. I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. First, I believe we should address the murder of Mr. Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sadman? Prosecutor Sadman?
Yes, of course. Please proceed.
What's with him?
Oh, how very unlikely, you prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day?
No, not at all, Your Majesty.
Yeah, sure. I'm really going to be able to go through with this, Nyata. I guess not, but I don't care. He has been a pain in the ass since the beginning of this game. So I'm not really giving a fuck about him.
Well, Prosecutor Sandman, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I have heard mentions that you are the son of the accused, Duruk Sadman.
You have heard truly. The sad fact pose some sort of problem, Your Majesty.
My father being prosecuted by his own son? I don't know what to say. Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings to intervene?
Don't ask me, ask the queen who told him to be here.
Yes. Without question.
Oh, it was him. Yeah, they did say something that evil comes and spawn more or less, so which means that was something. Oh, now I remember. When they realized that that Apollo was son to the Rook, it gave them the power of being able to chase us down looking for a relic we had, because otherwise we would just be normal citizens or visitors. Because basically, in their eyes, if anyone has done anything bad, so will their children. Yeah, that makes sense.
Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He is not one to allow personal feelings to intervene with the execution of his duty. Is that right, Nyatha? I will not stop until my work here is done. See? So all of you doubters, just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity.
He is way too fucking happy to actually be extremely close to the gallows.
The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, if Prosecutor Sandman has no issue with this argument, then let us commence the deliberations.
That's the queen, isn't it? Because I've not heard that voice before. Of course it goddamn is. You have no objection in here. You are powerless. One moment, if I would.
Your Eminence!
Your Eminence, what brings you here?
Oh, hell no! Your Majesty, it would appear that Prosecutor Sadman does indeed have some reservations.
No, that is not true.
Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nyatha Sadman? One should all hold no reservation if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds. No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. Okay, this is worse. I said she was just walking in here saying stop. I think she's gonna take the place of the prosecution. Oh, hell nah. Oh. I just remembered. She used to work as a prosecutor back in the day when she was not queen. Oh, fuck. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown, Duruk Sadman, personally. And then this junior. Oh, alright. Oh, right, speaking of, I completely forgot. I'm gonna shout out. There you go. You deserve the shout out, and I'm also gonna go and I am going to be lurking in your stream. No problem at all. I'm also gonna lurk in your stream here as well. I'm gonna just find it. Because I do have enough spaces right now to support people. Oh, you're not started yet. Not yet, at least, but soon. Just gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna have fun. I highly enjoy these games. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a second to find my own emotes here and do this for once stream. Yes, have a wonderful lurk. I do love that lurk emote. It's absolutely wonderful. There we go. But remain by your side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law. Excuse me? But is the Queen going to prosecute the case? Is that, you know, kosher? I don't know. There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned Queen, we served as a prosecutor. Really? As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecution in charge of the Queen Amara's assassination case 23 years ago was no other than Her Eminence Queen Garan Sigatar Kurain. First your majesty and now this. Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? Fair enough. I've heard she served as a minister of justice, but she was also prosecutor. I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to justice minister. Oops, my phone is still on sound. Hold on, I'm just gonna silence my phone. There we go! Otherwise there is nothing really going on right now on here, so I'm just gonna go poof with everything. There we go. We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had one guilty verdict in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand upon us, up to us. I am at a loss for words. To think I would once bear witness to Her Eminence at work in the Hall of Justice. Our first trial, 23 years ago. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might. I'm waiting for her henchman to pop in here at one moment because she demands it. Oh! Dude! This is worse. Okay. Remember, I have said before she looked like a Disney villain. Did we just go further and actually become a Disney villain? Huh. Apparently, I was spot on when I called her a Disney villain. Huh. That's Queen Garan. It is. Talk about an extreme makeover. I don't know what to think. Mostly because this is something. Like, I am really getting like Disney vibes here. The problem is that the princess is her daughter, so that wouldn't make any sense. Would it? Like, I know about like stepdaughter and stuff like that, but there is a princess here, but I'm pretty certain she's not a Disney princess. She's way too bratish for that. It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins. Woe to you, O enemies of Kurain, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hollow. I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back her polite pre-makeover personality. I don't think that was even polite because she looked stern as hell and like emotionless. Know this, lawyer. Yes. And now that I stand as a prosecutor, consider your defense's bench a headman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now. While you still have a head with which to think, that is. Now, it is time for the divination seance. Raifa, come forth. I understand now why I believe she was a father's daughter. Because damn, hell no.
Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Okay, what is this because of the father or is this because of some other reason? Because I know you were basically telling, yeah, right, she knows about Amara's not being dead. She wants to tell her people, and her mother basically says it is better to not tell the people because of some goddamn reason, I don't know.
Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance?
Yes, let us proceed.
Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion.
I don't think it is that. I think her mother did something because she was basically head on first with helping us finding clues. Because either she wants to find the murder or she wants to prove that it was Daruk that murdered her father. But after talking to the mother, that's when she started to basically just be gloomy. Not before that, not after we managed to look for clues. She was gloomy, but she tried to hide it. Now she's basically spot on she just stands there. What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here.
A lot has happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he'd been planning a coup. And today she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes.
Yeah, that would be enough to shake anyone up.
Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday.
Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed. Yeah, it happened after. We must speak with our child. It's a mother's duty to discipline her child, after all. Now, if you would excuse us. Yeah, I think something definitely happened here. Wait. Garand didn't do something to her, did she?
I bet she fucking did. Your Eminence, about today's divination seance, as I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this divination from protocol a part of your plan?
Prosecutor Sadman, would you care to explain your actions?
Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deem no seance to be necessary for such a clear-cut case.
You and your bleeding heart, you seek to spare Raifa the trauma of witnessing her father's death. Is that why you have done this?
Jesus!
Yep, I understand now that apparently, even though I really did not like the father that, without even looking, just signed every execution paper, was a father's daughter and a daughter's father. Because she here is the worst.
No, not at all.
You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadman.
That's certainly compassionate of him, all things considered. Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence, this case is blessed with a bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believe we could reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time on a seance.
You do have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her the benevolence and the undue misery. Experience the murder of a loved one is a burden not one should have to bear.
Prosecutor Satman, your majesty, can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance? I'm just gonna check Twitch again, see if Bromine is live. Yep, there is. Hold on. I'm gonna be lurking here. I want to support my friends. And yeah, I am streaming, but I can still have it up in the background. And I am gonna do that. Oh, god damn it, why is this thing? Hold on. Oh, I hate when that thing pops up. And we're gonna bring in my little emote, where it now is. I don't know where it is, because it is elusive. Where's my own emotes? Hold on, let me see if I can find it somewhere. It's so strange that everything just goes up and down here, just randomly. There we go.
Oh, Your Eminence, what are you feeling on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest?
We shall not. You fools spoil her with her feckless words of compassion. Bloody hell. Listen well, Rifa. You have spoken time and time again about how grown up you are now. Yes, but so let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Jesus, there is basically, most people in here might be revolutionaries, or they might see this. You are not winning a case here, ma'am. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should? That's better. See? Problem solved. Alright, fun. Is this really a good idea? I guess we'll see. Yeah, we can't really do much against this. Very well. Let us begin the divination seance. And yeah, I am doing the bratty voice because she is bratty. Nina, my robes. Yeah, Nina is not here. She wasn't here before either. Looks like Nina's still missing. It's been a whole day already. Bobbed head. Yes? You remove my robe. What? Why me?
Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin?
To be fair, I still don't fully like her because of her bratty...
Hello there.
Yo, Meister, welcome to the stream! Because of her bratty nature. But she is about to basically burst out in tears because she is gonna be seeing her own father's murder. And Niana is not there to take the cape. I would at least take the cape. That's at least the thing I could do. But how are you doing? I hope you have a good Tuesday. Also, I think I don't believe you were here a moment ago when we saw the new prosecutor, but we are having issues. We are having issues with a new prosecutor. Yo, playing some Battleground. No, who we? A Disney villain. It is a Disney villain. Ah, great. I've been reduced to Royal Robe Remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Wright to be Nian's replacement. Well, she's royal. She's used to someone taking her cape. Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, yes, now I understand. For some reason, I want to say Battleground 3 for some reason.
Very well, Your Benevolence. Please start when you're ready.
Yes, here we have our main prosecutor with our beloved Sadman as a co-prosecutor. The Disney villain herself, Queen Garan. I forgot she looked like this, even I've played this game before. And I was joking when I called her Disney villain before. She is definitely a Disney villain now. Also, she has the mood for it as well. Everyone here has basically said, perhaps the priestess should take a day off because no one wants to see their own loved one being murdered. This woman, you have said you are a grown-up, you should be able to handle this, so just go on with it. Now I definitely understand. Also, what the fuck is with those arms? You mean the hair? I don't know, I think it's supposed to look like a spider. But I'm a bit uncertain. Either a spider or a manta ray or something. Oh, you mean how buff she is? Fair enough. She actually has some really tight clothing just showing off her muscles, I guess. Well, she has this probably underneath, so I guess she always wears some tight clothing under her normal clothing. Come, Raifa. You know what must be done. There is no turning back now. So I understand why she's a father's daughter and not the mother-daughter, because we already knew that she was gonna discipline Raifa last time. Don't look like a religious queen, looks like some pumps iron. She really does. I know. The final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear,
I forgot that I
and
didn't
our
press.
ears be
Let's take a drink.
unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
The interesting is that Sadman said we have enough proof so that we don't need a seance. And as the queen said, it's probably everyone here just being compassionate for her. I do wonder why the queen still pushes for it. Because I still feel something is going on here. The queen is here personally, and I don't like that. Also, I'm just listening to the music here if I'm too quiet. I don't know why, I really highly enjoyed this little song they have. Alright, so what did he see? Because I still believe he died before. Oh. Oh, she looks like she is about to die of exhaustion. She looks worse than anything. We have seen her faint before. But this thing, she looks like she's being poisoned.
Yeah, your benevolence. What's wrong?
I would say her mother.
This is unacceptable. Byleaf, take your benevolence to the first aid station at once.
This is not good. Yeah, no shit. But at the same time, it could have helped us to see it, but also...
Your Eminence, do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly?
It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. Kinda, yeah. It kinda looked like that, but more or less like in the sense of she doesn't get that, she's gonna fucking keel over. And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing. Also, as I'm gonna remind you again, this is her mother. What a wonderful person. I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year ever. I mean, of course Rifa is going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child. It seems we have no other choice but to move on to witness testimony. Your Majesty?
Oh, yes. Let us proceed. Byleaf, summon the first witness, if you would.
Witness? That's not a mother, that's a walking, talking incubator. Fair enough. I have never heard that comment before, or read it. That's fair enough, actually. I have nothing to go against that, nor a comment for it. Also, hello Gani, welcome to the stream. I would stay away from her. I would definitely stay away from her. If you've seen the Queen before, that's the true face of the Queen. Also, witness. Who the hell is there is no witness. Who are you? Oh, you're a witness. Makes sense.
Is this not accused?
It is indeed. Hell no, I don't think you can fix her. She has been broken since... I can't really answer when. There's like some men aren't fathers, they're spent on some women are mothers, they're incubators. Fair enough. She is way beyond fixing. To put it simple, I am pretty certain there has been not a single Disney villain with a tire iron. Yeah, fair enough. I don't think there's been any Disney villain that's been able to be fixed, and she is a Disney villain. It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than an unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution. That seems uncharacteristically for her. However, should the accused fail to proceed convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. Wait, hold on. So you mean that if he's lying and I find that out, we're already dead, and their heads will roll from their shoulders? Well, that she definitely can. I'm not gonna say anything against that. That is more easy than fixing her. I should have known there was a catch.
Your court, your rules, same as it always was, I see, Garan.
And now then, Mr. Duruk Sadman, if you could enlighten us as to what happened.
Stab the bastard. Well, I would if I could.
Yeah, because he doesn't remember anything. And that is probably why he was brought in here as a witness. The only witness, to be frank. Or Herschel, I don't know.
I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. And the next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand.
Damn those. Dementor? I have no idea. Why does she remind me of a weird Nobunaga? Good question. I haven't played one of the games in a long while, so I can't really see how they relate. Oh! Fair enough. I was like, Dementor. Like, why are you talking Harry Potter shit here? Like, he is yet to be imprisoned. He doesn't need a Dementor just yet.
I lay right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail.
No, Harry needs to hide. Good lord.
I have no recollection of what happened in the interment.
Hold on, I read that wrong. What the hell did you just read? Interim, not intermin.
Well, I didn't kill him, at least. I don't think I did. It'd go against everything I believe in.
It's gonna be something to ask about, yeah. That didn't explain shit. For the record, let it be known, the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it. Yes, because you came there before we went in and made sure no one could enter as, something might be off. For example, let me all remind you something. We did find a gun that has been fired once in the temple. Now, to stay clear, a gun is loud as hell, which means that as long as we stood out there, we should have been able to hear it. That gun was fired before we ever entered that place. And again, if he had a Dementor, he could probably just go. Perhaps. I don't know how the Harry Potter world works, to be honest.
Even as a lawyer, I had to agree with you there, your majesty.
Seriously, Derek, this is no laughing matter.
This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Deruk try to plead his case only to fail miserably.
How low can she go? I don't know, bring in a stick and we can let her do limbo. Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles, and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair. It's a spell that insta-kills you depending on your intentions. Yes, that I remember. I remember what the spell did. I just don't remember. Do you need a Dementor to be able to do that? Also, I don't think can Dementors be killed like that. She can drop it down as low as she wants. That's the problem. She is the queen. She probably could do that, and that is annoying.
Yes, your eminence. Show me the way.
Show me the way. If you cast it with no harmful intent or similar, nothing happens. But if you harbor some anger, then they can hurt badly. And if you want to kill, then boom. Huh. Did not know that. To be fair, I don't know enough of Harry Potter. I've seen the movies, kind of went... I just mean that if had a Dementor in his possession, he could cast a spell and just wipe her out. Huh. Interesting. Now, to deal with Dementors, you need Expelliarmus. Ah, yeah. That is the other ones. That is if you go against them.
Now then, would the defense please begin their cross-examination?
Also, yeah, there is an ad break. I have not found a way to actually show people there is an ad going on, or an ad popping up. I've tried to find a thing, but didn't manage to find it, which is highly annoying. Oh. Apparently I closed the whole thing before. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit there waiting for the ads to stop. So Specifically here so Maestro can come back. Come back to us, Maestro! Come back to us! Where are they, Maestro? Which ad did you have? Oh. I actually don't know when Maestro is back because I've already learned that sometimes Maestro gets longer ads, sometimes he gets shorter. AK Rowling should add new spells for adults and for most men. Call it biggest dickus. I have heard that before, and I think it's from a Monty Python or a similar movie. I have heard that one before. Not a joke with that, but yes, that would be a spell for Harry Potter. But yeah, as I said, sometimes the ads are slow, like faster than they're supposed to be, and sometimes they're as fast as they're supposed to be. To be fair, I don't really know. Life of Brian, I think. Oh, fair enough. Never seen full of it. I've only seen the thing there, because and you just get a third leg. You become a tripod. But yes, so we're just waiting for Maestro here, just chatting a bit with you all, having a wonderful time. Probably pour up another drink here because I'm gonna need it. Come back to us. Oh, there we go. That is not what we're searching for, but I do need a drink. Also, I don't know why I'm holding it like that because it's very close to the microphone. So each time I do that, you can just hear the piss of my goddamn drink all the single time. Every time. I close that. I don't need that up. Yeah, it's very strange, like how sometimes the ads are as long as they are, and sometimes they are not. I'm gonna see if I can find some sort of like thing to do. The ads should be over, so hopefully Maestro is back as well. I'm a bit uncertain because I'm not willing to understand how these things works any longer. Daruk explained himself. Alright. So, dizziness. Let me just go through all of this here again. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand and lying in front of me. Also, bro, I fell asleep from 12 in the afternoon to 6 p.m. today. And I just feel pissed. Oh, in a sense, I would say that's a nap. I have no recollection of what happened in the interim. Okay, I'm gonna have to press on everything here because nothing feels out of place. You were struck by a sudden dizziness. Was it because of his illness? A long ass nap. Still! Well, 6 hours nap. Yeah, that's still... At least you get some rest. Is that something that has ever happened to you before?
I can't say it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm not a spring chicken after all.
That's not the issue here. A most cunning excuse. One befitting an insidious insurgent. Oh. A killer who does not recall. Yeah, but like, I'm on my break from school and I just did that. I can't really say much. I don't really do a lot on my days either sometimes, because what can I do? I can look for work and that's about it. So I can't say anything. Sometimes it's good to just get a nap and actually like recharge your batteries. A killer who does not recall his crimes. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity. But to be fair, I guess it would make sense considering I just stayed up playing Minecraft all night before that. Then yes, it would make sense. You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuse and subterfuge deviance.
Don't make me laugh, your I'm merely stating my innocence. I have no intention of offering excuses. As your baseless speculations, I would decry as foolish. You deceitful witch.
He is not pulling his punches here. Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now in this very hall? Well, if you did that, he wouldn't go to trial for something and you decided to execute him yourself. You would do him a favor.
Well, that would certainly speed things along.
Hold it!
Daruk, why don't you let me handle it from here? And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay? And if this is talking from needling the queen. Next time you have an objection, you better have some proof to go with it, Daruk.
The accused will continue with what he does recall of the crime. Hold it!
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Daruk?
I wish I could say I did, but I don't really remember a thing from before I came to. I just think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son.
Yep, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you.
Objection!
What's going on here? Does she go anywhere without those goons? Was there a third party in their tomb when you were securing it?
No, Your Eminence, we searched high and low, but found no one of the sort.
And there you have it. Oh, right. They did search the place. Furthermore, my guards had an entire tomb surrounded. So, yeah, she got goons with her. I still believe something happened before all of this because he did fire a gun in the tomb, and we did not hear anything. And if they are deaf, then they definitely did not hear anything.
That's right. None got in or out with our knowledge. The eminence on the site directives were absolutely flawless.
Just doing random voices for each one of them sometimes just because. Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. Hold on here. I just thought of something. The tomb is empty. And I understand that they wanted people to believe she was dead. I don't have a... Oh, there we go. But... yeah, her hair is definitely crazy. That's what makes her a Disney villain. But my thought here is, what if they made a secret doorway in the sarcophagus? It was empty anyways. That could work, we just don't know because it is locked with a key. Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party?
Well, based on the situation presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none.
You didn't have to agree with her, Daruk. Let the accused's statement be added to his testimony.
Very well, Mrs. Sandman, if you would.
It's like the more we press, the thinner our case gets.
Well, let's keep pressing and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too.
Hold it!
We can't prove your innocence without at least the possibility that a third party was in there.
For the possible...
I'm trying to fucking do the voice here.
I find the possible in the impossible, son. Just what a lawyer got to do sometimes. Is that right?
Oh, me? Yeah, you could say that. I've seen more than my fair share of trials like that. I start with no available evidence, useful testimony, or any hope of winning. Oh, I did the wrong voice. But through cold sweat, despair, and desperation, and a little luck, I always managed to pull them off.
Alright. I can see you are kindred spirit, you and I.
Jeez, taking a case like that must have shaved years of your life.
If that's were true, I'd be long dead.
Find the possible in the impossible. Can I prove that it was at least possible there was a third party there? Daruk, what did you see at the scene of the crime?
Let's see. I came too.
Alright, let's check this. You stated that he was dead as a doornail. How can you be sure?
It is pretty easy to spot the difference between a soulless man and the soulless shell of a man. Its complexion of the amount of blood that it is seen made it obvious which it was.
Watch your words, or you shall join Minister Inga. Soon, much sooner than expected. You can bow your head before him and seek his forgiveness in the Twilight Realm. If you still have a head to bow, that is.
You bloodthirsty spider. What happened to you? There was still a little love in your heart 23 years ago. You even used to think of me as a brother.
It seems you truly do not have a death wish. Also, what happened with Maestro? You still here, Maestro? You just disappeared. You up and vanished.
Is that really all you got?
Druk, I'm begging you. Enough of the lip. Just deliver your testimony, please.
Alright. I'll try, but I can't promise anything.
Oh, sorry, fixing food. I decided to do that when I got the ads. Oh, fair enough. No problem at all. That's actually a very good time to fixing food. I was just curious because it became quiet while the ads were and after ads. Nah, I got sent to do the shadow realm of food. A day passed since the murder. Haven't you remembered anything in that time?
My memory is a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain has been scooped right out.
How very convenient. But even if you have no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate.
You're forgetting one thing, Garan. I have no motive.
You lead a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I should say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's Minister of Justice.
I declare countless times that I lead a bloodless revolution. I forbid violence and murder, even if some younger members may have thirst for blood.
Bloodless revolution? You wouldn't really have a motive in that case. Is that important statement? Yes, it is. That was an important statement. I like my client to add it to his testimony. Very well, the accused will please do as the defense has requested.
Hold it!
I'm gonna press everything until there is nothing left. A bloodless revolution. Can you be more specific?
I'm talking about dragging this pompous prosecutor here of her bloody throne. So go ahead, Garan, act all high and mighty now, because it's the last chance you'll get.
You still speak of rebellion, despite the chair charges against you. You truly are a fool. I will prove your guilt soon enough, and display your head for all of Kurain to see. A people will forever speak of you, not as a revolutionary, but as the terrorist you are.
I am mistaken, your maleficence. Jesus Christ. It will be you the people will speak of, as the tyrant who was overthrown by your own people.
I wonder if you will still be spewing such nonsense before the headman's axe.
I'm afraid I'll still be like this in the afterlife, the spot.
I know that self-restraint is a fortune as an apple pie to Daruk, but I'd really rather go home than the Twilight Realm after this.
Hold it!
Can you state that you didn't kill him one more definitively?
How can I? When I have no memory of the matter what happened.
Well, can you at least state whether or not you're a murderer?
That I can do. I'm not a murderer and I would never kill anyone. No matter the circumstances.
And do you have any evidence that supports your claim that you did not kill the minister?
Evidence? No. Can't say I do.
In that case, you will strike the statement I didn't kill him from your testimony. Wait, you can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examine the defendant and all. Hold your prattling tongue, forged devil. I am the queen of this kingdom, and the queen is the law. Ooh, you are not really showing off any good moods here, are you? As such, I need not to follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will.
Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating I didn't kill him.
Okay, fully bet now. No, now food is cooking. Oh, you just missed that the queen basically told everyone in here I'm allowed to make my own rules, no matter what rules already been written.
Sure, whatever. It's the great Garan show after all. Same as always.
Because basically we asked him, and basically said, did you kill him? Like, no, I did not kill him. She basically said, are you gonna take away that from your testimony? Because apparently I am the law.
Though I guess there's no evidence that proves I didn't kill him either.
Daruk, leave the evidence finding to me. Now, please will you stop agreeing with everything the prosecution says? Well, talk about show that it's a dictatorship. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I'll stick to the facts from now on. But remember, son, if you really believe in me, you should be able to prove my innocence. I know you can do it.
He believes I can prove him that he's innocent. It was all these inconvenient truths. Is that what he's saying?
I think the Rook might be onto something.
Even the most disadvantageous facts may point the way to the truth.
So don't ignore them.
Think of them as food for thoughts. Ah, don't worry, I know. The worst of the times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I need to remember that, no matter how difficult the facts may be to deal with.
If only we could establish the possibility of a third party.
But does this possibility itself exist?
We don't have a choice. Proving the existence is the only way to start a real dialogue here.
So, sudden dizziness, Next thing I knew, I was standing there, bloody knife in the hand. The possibility of a third party existing there in the tube is probably non-existent. And lying in front of me was Inga dead as a doornail. I have no recollection what happened in the interim. Don't have a motive for killing Inga. After all, me and my ilk seek bloodless revolution. Though I guess there's no evidence that proves. Okay, so we got a shit ton of things here. This thing is the only thing I feel is enough. Because everything here is like, the revolution is not bloodthirsty. But I don't have any proof, there is no evidence I didn't kill him. So I think this is the thing.
Objection!
Nope. Shit. Yeah, I didn't think through fully, I just thought of, there might be a place to hide. No, Apollo, he's saying that he's a unicorn burrowing under Antarctica so he can take a dump on a mob. What the fuck do you think? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, time for the thinking hat here. The symbol of the Rook's Creed. Document established the Defense Culpability Act in the name of the Queen. Amara's assassination. 2 PM, Shadow was surprised by firecracker, ran into courtyard and stole Nean's hat. Picture taken around 2 PM in the channeling right. The photo showing Daruk and Mamara's life on the run about 23 years ago. Inga's notepad, a notepad used by Inga, people characteristic going inside. Medication Inga used for his back pain. An unidentified blood stain from Amara's tomb. It was already wiped up and does not belong to the victim. It seems to belong to Daruk. A fingerprint was found on the inside of the lid, stained with the victim's blood. Inga's button discovered in the ashes of the tomb incense burners. Cake with suit. The possibility of a third party. You know what? We have an unidentified bloodstain.
Objection!
We have an unidentified bloodstain. That is actually it now when I hear that the song stopped. Your Eminence, I'm afraid that this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated. Because I can show how there might have been a third party in that tomb. Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do love a good fairy tale. Especially the one with a villain in it, huh? We did a Lumal test at this crime scene, and we found bloodstains that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Daruk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. The thing is, this bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone. By the way, suit is pronounced like suit. Suit. Okay, suit. Suit. I think it's just my Swedish blood that basically wants to say suit, which is more or less soot. Soot? Hold on. Just in case. Okay, soot. Weird way of spelling things. Or pronouncing things, more or less. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's a big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wants to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime. Oh, and who does you suppose the bloodstain might belong to? The bloodstain belongs to the real killer. The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb. You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This, too, is a known fact. And basically what we're doing right now is headbutting each other. You say it's a known fact, there was nowhere for anyone to hide. But we can prove that someone got shot, and that he actually shot as well. we don't need to really prove anything else.
Objection!
It is basically there. But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there. Very well then. Tell me this. Where was this third party hiding?
Oh, the crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if there was a hiding place, it would have been somewhere no one would dare to look.
No one dared to look, because if they did, they would get cursed.
Let's have you answer, defense.
Ugh. This is why I basically showed this as evidence.
Take that!
But this is now why I pointed out. There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard, and that would be the sarcophagus. Inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. That or she would be suggesting that either someone is capable of going through walls, or Daruk is capable of insta-healing. Yeah, exactly. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time.
This is sacrilege. Surely the perpetrator of such foul deed would be cursed.
Everyone here is cursed. But that's just it. If Killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus.
True. The gods were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't dare even touch it.
And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines.
Well, now that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture.
The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
Insolence!
Alright. I'm guessing she already did that. And neither the casket is either empty or it's the corpse of someone else. True, because it's supposed to be empty because that woman is alive. Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. You already have it done, haven't you? So your head may be parted from your shoulders. You really like the whole off with your heads. It wouldn't surprise me if that fan was sharp. But the trial's not even over. How soon you forget. You're already on the headman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment. And that would cause a fucking uproar. All I did was request a DNA test. There is no need to request such a test. Why? Oh, because you already did it. And at that moment, prove him right and no one would believe you anymore. Exactly. The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed that the blood is of the traitor, Daruk Sadman. That does not add up. But Daruk was injured, so where did this blood come from?
It may cough it up.
Daruk's illness. Oh, bloody hell. Still, there was a lot of blood. He never really caught up that much. And did he wipe it to hide his failing health? Daruk, is it really that bad? I still feel something is off here.
Oh, shoot. You got me.
Oh, crap. Daruk, you could have told us that before. Pay attention, Hoard Devil. For this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not? About that, did you or did you not make that claim of your own volition, defense? Yes, I did.
After she steered you in that direction, that is.
I fell right into her trap. Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime. It's beyond the realm of possibility. Good lord, those things.
I hate to say this, but she really got us good.
Did you?
Can I volunteer as a sniper? I can make it nice people.
Fair enough. Like, I think there are many who would want that. As I said, Daruk does do a friendly revolution, so that's not gonna happen. But to be fair, like, after all of this, I am pretty certain it is gonna be like someone is just, no, I don't want this revolution, I want this. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal guard. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
Well, that gives us some proof at least. Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place though?
Nope. What if the real killer is still in there? No. It's just ridiculous. I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Daruk Sadman, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolution, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
I think that's her plan. Killing someone, he looks like the murderer, gets them on her side because he was supposed to do it one way and didn't. The Defiant Dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have their doubts. So this is why Garan allowed us to cross-examine Daruk, establishing his guilt in Inga's murder. He effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him.
True. But now we have an even bigger problem. And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions.
Alright, why do you bang that thing on the thing?
Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal, Daruk Sadman.
What's this? You shall pass judgment? But, Your Eminence, is it not my role?
Hold your tongue. You're but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed.
Alright.
As Queen of Kurai, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused.
Even the judge is like, no, this is kind of fucked up. No one in that room sees any issue with this. Well, except for those who loves the queen.
Objection!
Everyone does. It's just that they have no fucking idea how to answer. It is the queen. If they basically says no, she's probably just gonna behead them. How do you even go away with this? It's like, wait. You didn't even give me a chance to rebut.
No, when you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show the depth of my compassion.
One word, France. Yeah,
I am not the greatest person in history, with history, but even I can figure out shit there, and yep. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me. The people revolted, beheaded the royal family. Yeah, I can remember that. Wasn't it like... The only thing I remember is a quote, something, let them have cake or something. I'm pretty certain that has something to do with that part, right? Or am I thinking of a complete other time or other place?
Quick, Apollo. Even if you have to bluff, we gotta keep this trial going. Show her the crime could have been... Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party.
How am I supposed to do that?
Oh, why did you start with...
Don't remember. Remember bits and pieces of that period. Fair enough. As I said, I'm not the best either with that history. It's just that I know there was a revolution in France. I know it ended bad. And I'm pretty certain that has something to do with that quote. Not with that quote, but the person basically said it and in that era, basically. But yeah, I do remember that.
How about the timing of Inga's murder?
What?
This whole case is built on a single premises. That Inga was murdered after Daruk entered the tomb. What if that's not true?
Like if our assumptions are all wrong. Oh! I just realized something. Minister Inga's autopsy report. Time of death, May 18, approximately 3 p.m. Cause of that blood loss from the stab wound in his back. But there is a way to falsify this, and that is by basically freezing the body or making it colder. What was temperatured in here to keep a body capable of not getting rotten? Haha. Okay. I think we kind of got something here. Like if our assumptions are wrong.
Well, don't keep us waiting, defense.
Daruk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there is another question we should ask ourselves this time. Was Mr. Inga really killed after Daruk entered the tomb? What nonsense is this? Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Daruk arrived to the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. The question before us is, when was Minister Inga really killed? Before Daruk entered the tomb. Is it possible that... okay, so that quote is linked to Marie Antoinette, the queen during the revolution, but she said let them eat brioche. Okay, fair enough. I think that someone made a weird-ass translation or weird-ass comment and made it to cake instead. But yes, so we were both in the right place and the right time or something. We were thinking of the same period. Before Daruk even set foot on the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead.
That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable.
Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight of his... Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means...
You wouldn't have noticed his body either way. The scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime.
I see. Well, that certainly does make sense.
She is gonna point the finger and say he died around 3 p.m, so it cannot have happened before. Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction. Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Byleaf, summon Rifa. Surely she has recovered by now.
But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose here anymore?
If she wants it, then no.
I hope you're feeling well. Feeling better, your benevolence.
Must I perform the divination seance?
What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time.
How could my testimony be of any value?
Hey, your benevolence?
Mrs. Rifa seems awfully depressed.
After what she's been through, summoning her again like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't pass out again. Prosecutor Sadman, may I ask you something? I failed. Tried using the spice mix I made for the chicken on my fries. Since I made too much. It works great on chicken, not so much on fries. Fair enough.
Of course, your benevolence.
I have been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
Could it be that they actually are siblings?
I don't think that would be plausible. But no, I don't think it is plausible because she's only 14 and they never met each other after 23 years ago. Duruk and Amara.
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday. Rifa was caring about telling the truth to the people. I mean, unless the king, you know. Fair enough, but I don't think they did. Like, they're bad people, but even in these games, I don't think they've gone that far with any sort of the story. Could it happen in sort of, quote, real life? Yes. But in these games, I doubt that. I know that Amara took care of her, but I don't think it could be, because that would explain why Prosecutor Sadman is basically leashed to this one. Because that means that they have a hold on him, not because of Amara, which could also be the reason because she's still alive, but also because of her. So I told her what the truth actually was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child.
I see. Be that as may, your benevolence. No bearing upon our trial here today. So, there is no need to let it trouble you.
I kind of forgot what voice I gave them. I know.
Your aunt told Rife about something other than Amara's status.
Sounds like it, but what could it be? Rifa. The defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Duruk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Yes, I am ready to testify.
Very well, your benevolence. Your testimony, if you please.
There is one issue, though. She did tell us that she saw her father walk into the tomb. But I also think there is one other thing. And that is that we're doing a channeling, right, for someone. She could basically channel the father and basically just walk into the tomb. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda. Around 2:30, I saw my father heading through the Amara's tomb. Then, about 2:45, I saw Bobhead and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered about 2:30. Your second floor veranda? Yeah, it's the one to the left of this picture. Oh, she must be talking about that house, facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father, and about 2:30. Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the local royal residence.
So after the minister entered Mark's tomb around 2:30, no one went in or out there until the murder was discovered.
The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband. Or so she likes us to believe. Yeah, exactly. Now hear me, you useless liar. Seize this charade and bow before me. For I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head.
Forgive me, Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness.
She's saying anyone other than these people and me could have gone in there. Yeah. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the corridor from my second-floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading to Amara's tomb. About 2:45, I saw Barbed and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered about 2:30.
Hold it!
I still believe someone channeled him. You say I've been watching the courtyard until we arrived, correct? That seems like an awfully long time. There is much that weighs my mind. I see. Wait. Did he enter at 2:30 or head to the tomb at 2:30? I don't know. I don't know. I think he went there. Or entered. I think both is kind of the same because it takes like 2 minutes to go there. So I would say approximately 2:30, both like entered, like exit his place and entered the tomb.
I don't think she's ever fully recovered from the previous trial.
Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means that there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. Just realized something, I want to check something. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. With better guidance, you will definitely be a better ruler than the mother.
Yes, it's not easy being a princess.
Your benevolence. I'd be happy to lend you an ear if you'd like to talk. And no. What would you know of my vows? Do not presume to exceed your station in life. Geesh, teenagers.
Your benevolence, what did you witness from your veranda?
Okay, so what she said is around 2:30 p.m. I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered about 2:30. So technically, with thought of how close it is, I would say about 2:30 he left his place, and about 2:30 he entered the tomb. She can't really remember if it is like 2025, like 2:25 and stuff like that. Your station. You mean the station given to you from birth? The one you didn't have to work for? That station? Yeah. Why did I imagine Kronk saying something like that? Because it kind of reminds me of when they talked about the goddamn poison thing.
Hold it!
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way? Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing. There was? Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. After which I witnessed him bolt outside in countenance drained of his usual color. He screamed and he was looking pale. What do you suppose happened? I do not know. Perhaps he had a bad dream. I hate people who belittle others and use to sentence your station. Fair enough. Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the queen. She is not amused. It seems our young lawyer here wished to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm. Sorry, that was rude of me.
But worth it. Does the defense believe the witness' last statement to be important?
Yeah, I believe it is. What if he actually realized that he was dead and went to the tomb to actually check on it?
Hold it!
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out? I did not see anyone else, just my father. That last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press him for this? Press harshly! Your benevolence. Let's have some details. The more the better. Details, you say? Yes, for example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? I'm probably gonna have to do this softly instead, but I'm gonna do it harshly. Well, is that a yes or a no? Freudian devil had been gazing upon the courtyard since 2 yesterday. Yet I saw no one other than my father. Oh, if I only had stopped him then.
I think you struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one. Fair enough.
Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So, you didn't see anyone else with your father in the courtyard? Please add that to your testimony, Your Benevolence. So she looked at the yard for 48... No, not 48 hours, 48 minutes. I think. Yeah, not about 2 in the morning, so not 48 hours. 48 minutes, basically. And we're gonna have an ad in 5 minutes. Didn't she say 2 days? No, she has been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2. And basically, her father left 2:30, and they entered about 2:40. So not fully to the 2 days, no. Also, I don't think anyone cared about the 2 other days.
Hold it!
I'm gonna press this again. Is the royal residence always so empty? Naturally, it is where the royal family lives, and we are a few in number. Besides Naina and the little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to. Is there anything more stereotypical princessy than talking to birds? We're getting more and more into Disney territory here. What the hell? So Naina wasn't around at all yesterday. It seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately.
Raifa doesn't go to school, so she probably doesn't have any close friends. She must lead a rather solitary life.
Also, I realized something. Amara is still alive. Amara used to be the queen, and she used to be able to do the channeling. What if Amara was forced to channel Inga? He realized he was dead and sprung straight into the tomb. What happened after that, I'm a bit uncertain. Raifa, I shall buy you a new Jesus Christ. I don't want you to buy me a new servant like some sort of pet. I want Naina. I'm beginning to see why Raifa turned out like she did. Fair enough, actually. Not impossible, but sounds far-fetched. It does. But I just feel like he has died before he went in there. The reasoning is he tried to shoot someone and probably hit someone because of the blood on this medallion. Because he didn't manage to shoot Daruk, because we would have heard it. So I think he died there before Daruk came in. But that means that somehow they saw him enter the tomb. But that is impossible if it's already dead.
Your Benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father.
Also, at the same time, we have not seen Nyanya for some time now. Well, it was about around 2:30 when I saw her for the tomb. Wait, hold on here a second. I just realized something. I had been gazing upon the courtyard since 2, but father was the only one I saw. That is a lie. Around 2, Shadow was surprised by a firecracker, ran into the courtyard and stole Naina's hat.
Objection!
There was someone there around 2. Your Benevolence, you're covering for someone, aren't you? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Raifa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2, his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fella stole this hat from someone. That's Naina's. I mean, nothing, never mind. I can understand that the queen has basically spurred in shit here. She's not the best liar, though. You fool of a daughter.
It seems the princess made a blunder.
So, let me get this straight. This Naina's hat, which means she had to have been around the royal residence around 2. If so, then you had to have seen Naina sometimes after 2 PM yesterday. Please, Your Benevolence, tell us what you really saw. It's as you say, Hornhead. I saw Naina, and I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from in front of my father's residence. Why did you say so in the first place? Because my mother told me not to. Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Ah, wonderful. Also, I saw it was an ad. Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna wait for a moment here. I'm gonna wait here. I did warn it was gonna be there. I did say that in about 5 minutes gonna be more ads, and unfortunately there are more ads. So I'm just reading some stuff. I found apparently some site where someone made a D&D table. Yeah, it was a twist. Apparently the mother decided, no, the truth is too much for this goddamn core. But yeah, while I'm waiting for the ads to be done here, so people can come back, I'm just reading on my phone here. Apparently a D&D table to rule them all. Because apparently they have like a card reader kind of thing. Not like for like paying cards, but like you know, like these entering a building kind of cards. I have some of those downstairs somewhere, which I bought, which is blank basically. Which is like when people join in, they basically can do that and like scan the thing and just see whoever is like by the table. Kind of fascinating. If I would have the money and shit for that, I would do that myself. That's kind of interesting. I don't fully understand. At the same time, they did say they have a screen by the DM table. Yeah, like an ID card. So the DM table have apparently a screen. So when they scan the thing by the player board, basically, it pops up on the DM screen, the player. It's a bit difficult to read because it is, I think it is in German, except for load fake data. That's the only thing I can read on this thing. It sounds sick, to be honest. Like I would not really know what to do really with it myself, but it would be sick to make just because of it. Interactive D&D table that includes an integrated touchscreen for displaying the current game map. It is sick how people manage to bring forth stuff like this, to be honest. Oh yeah, I waited. I actually waited for you. You know, like, just because I was waiting for stuff to happen, because we did manage to figure out that, but also it just sounds a lot. It does sound like a lot. I wouldn't feel it really find out the reason of like having the ID card for like games and stuff like that, but it would be interesting just to make it. What? Would you care to explain, Your Eminence? I request that she withhold said information, for it is for no relevant to this case. Oh, objection! Sure. You don't get to apparently you do get to decide. If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand. Oh, I will. Your Benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nina. Alright. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nina, and I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down into the courtyard. Wait. That means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard. Yes, but only for a moment. This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. So it is not that it's not crucial, it is just that your mother doesn't want anyone to know about it. Your Benevolence, are you sure no one else was there? Oh, yes. For a moment, is she a speedster? I don't know, probably. What about Nina? Were you able to help her? When I got down to the courtyard, Nina was... she was gone. And there we have it. So you left your eyes on the courtyard? Yes. Where was Nina at the moment you went out? She was gone. Okay. So you're saying this has no relevance? So the Flush is a speedster. She ain't one. Fair enough, yes. She's speedy at hurling insults. I would say that's the only thing. Gone. Yes, and I never saw her again after that. Any idea what happened? That dingback dog must have gobbled her. Have you seen the size of that thing? That thing is like a chihuahua. I seriously doubt that. But how come Nina simply disappeared while Raifa wasn't looking? Raifa must know something. The only question is what? It's slightly bigger than a chihuahua. Ain't no way, girl. Yeah. What could she figure out? That's the problem. Why do you suppose Nina disappeared? Even an educated guess would help. Or, no? Yeah, educated. For example, maybe she got fed up with you acting like a spoiled child. Oh, that burn! You know, something like that. Such impudence! Nina would not leave me merely for acting spoiled. You're not even gonna deny your behavior. In any case, it seems I was wrong. Moving right along. Where she disappeared to. Do you have any idea where Nina disappeared to? What do you mean? Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nina disappeared right at that moment. No.
Wait, you're thinking Nina had something to do with the murder?
I don't think you can rule it out. It sounds like something that had kept Nina occupied since the early morning. Plus, she was seen right before the murder, and she seems to vanish in thin air. I'm sorry for that, that was just my drink again. Keeping myself well hydrated because I'm doing voices.
Oh, you're right. And since Raifa's attendant...
Share now, fair enough. If I could, I would. I have a 7-Up here, made with a soda streamer. I don't think she was the killer. Definitely not the killer. But that would mean first my father and now Nina. These were the people I trusted the most. Could this be...
Objection!
Of course you wouldn't trust her mother. No, do not heed their lies. Pour it into an envelope and send it by mail. That would be a thing. Lawyers are foul breeds, quickly to claim that a third party is to blame for a crime. What would you call your own party then? Nina did not enter the tomb. That much is certain. How can you be so sure? When Nina's hat was stolen, that crazed cure spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Raifa? Yes it is. Oh, so she was looking. Well, no. Yeah, you see here, underneath... I can't hide the text. But there is basically footsteps going outside. But I also noticed inside the room there were footsteps going inside. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nina's hat, it tipped over the urn. The bottoms of his shoes would have been soaked with water. Wait, did I do the same? Oh, I did. It just changed. And if she had truly headed into the tomb with her wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way. But the only footprints to be found belong to my husband, Inga. Huh. Then... that's right. Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband. No, footprints don't last that long. The water would have dried up fast. Yeah, that is fair. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. Oh ho ho! She did now! How do you know? It's quite simple. Yeah, the footsteps there. The shoe prints we discovered in Ingra's private quarters. A shoe prints that belonged to Nina.
Oh, that's right. Edward and I did see some shoe prints there.
Now, do you understand? Nina could not possibly have gone into the tomb. I think my idea of being far-fetched is not so far-fetched anymore. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination. I don't like these drones because I understand they are royal soldiers, but I feel like they would stand with her no matter what, even if she wasn't royal. Do those guys fanboy any harder? Nah, my point taken. Was it really true? Did Nina not go into the tomb?
Excuse me, but...
Mr. Wright?
Your benevolence, what time was it that the dog attacked Nina?
I believe it was about 2:15 p.m. Completely brainwashed, yeah, exactly.
I see. Apollo, if Nina entered Inga's private quarters around 2:15, and Inga came racing out at 2:30, pale face and screaming, then...
Hold on. Either... Had to send that twice. First go, your message failed to send for some reason. Fair enough. It happens. Either Inga doesn't know. No, he should know. Inga should know that she is alive because he had this picture. Okay, there's either two theories here. Either that Inga's letter about making a coup is false, and this is false. Which means that he believes that Amara is dead, and when Amara showed herself, he came out screaming. Because, well, it was a spirit. It was basically like, oh, fuck this. Or Amara channeled Inga, and basically he realized he was dead or something. Ah, I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream.
Would the defense please to share the terrorist theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream?
Certainly, Your Majesty. Minister Inga screamed because he saw a ghost. Stupidly enough as it sounds, he did. Maybe he saw a ghost. Maybe even a bunch of ghosts, like from all people he sentenced to death. Ghost? Really? Sure, and they'll be back tonight, the spirits of the dead, unable to rest in peace. Please don't say I choose the wrong one, because I was, in a sense, truth, but not in that sentence. If you're not careful with benevolence, they might curse you too. You seem awfully frightened for a princess who communes with spirits.
Apollo, don't you think you have teased her enough?
Come on, let's think this one over again. Okay, so apparently I was wrong. He was attacked by Nina, I guess. That's the only logical explanation, then. Don't understand why. Maybe he was attacked by Nina. This will make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime. Thus your idiocy know no bounds. The minister's body was found in the tomb. Or are you suggesting that the body was moved? It exists. Considering the fact that the body was found in the tomb, I'd say it's a possibility. The issue with option-based games, option A fits exactly what I was thinking, and then what they say is completely different. Yes! I don't know which game, it might have been an not Apollo Justice game, but there was a game where it was basically ABC, and I just feel like, oh yes, he sounds logical. You didn't even explain it like I thought it would. Considering the fact that the body was found in a tomb, I'd say there's a possibility. What utter nonsense. Rifa had been watching the courtyard. Yet you would suggest that someone could have transported the body unnoticed. You have a point there. In that case, I'd say there's no way that the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. Yeah. Bromine, thank you so much for the raid, and welcome raiders. Playing Telltale games especially. Oh, fair enough, I've never played a Telltale game. But yo, Bromine! How did it go? I hope you had a fun stream drawing. I managed to see you were drawing while I was checking over some stuff. Hold on, we're gonna do a little shout out here. But yes, welcome raiders. My name is Luro South. I am a there we go. I'm a variety streamer from Sweden who plays all different kinds of games, from the puzzle games, adventure games, action games, and all sort of things. There we go. I'm gonna do a shout out to Bromine here because Bromine is a wonderful being. But yes, I hope you all have a wonderful time over at Bromine stream. Also, that is your raid emote. Yeah, that is I still love how your helmet can actually show like reactions and stuff. But Inga died in the tomb. I need to explain how those two possibilities concede. How are we supposed to do that? Oh, maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations. What do you mean? I am doing good. I am just doing voices, so bits I was tired of doing basically speaking, but other than that, I really enjoy playing these games so much that I don't really care. It's just, let's look at this as simple as possible. But yes, I hope your art went well. I hope you managed to draw something good. Or sketch something good, I don't know, like, I'm very bad at sketching. I always want to draw things so I can see what it is. I'm not the best artist, I do what I can, but I'm not the best. If the minute says, but wait, hold on, were they actually celebrating? I just realized I did draw something for Hita, because Hita's birthday is soon, but when was the birthday? Oh, February, okay. I was like, wait a second, I remember 15 or something, and like, either it has been or it is soon, but like, that can't be it. Yeah, it was a quick stream, but did some good art, yes. And this stream is a good stream. Personally, I always like to at least keep 3 hours. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Naina in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb. But that's basically me, like, I've already had like a sort of schedule of me always doing 3 hours. Or longer if I feel for it. I've said it before, like, the only thing I do is looking for work and doing some other projects by the side, so I have the time for it. I see. On the other hand, that seems plausible, but on the other hand, it seems decidedly implausible. Prosecutor Salmon, what is that fool babbling about now? Is this a riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem to be fond of? And yeah, I think I heard something about this, that when they made the original games, everything was in Japan. But when they made a European version, they basically made everything in America. But basically in Japanese America. Perhaps, but I believe he himself did not know what he meant to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore. Objection! I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would you? The autopsy reports never stated that the minister's death was an instantaneous. True. So he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed. Would make sense. He screamed, he's pale, he's running. He's losing blood.
Oh my, are you suggesting you ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back?
Well, yes, that's the gist of it. Yes. That's an A. Who has that? Oh, it's a global one. Okay. I also have one. There we go.
In sorts, Minister Inga saw Nina with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to flee...
Made myself a drink. Yes! Wonderful. Always good with a drink. Right, and when he was stabbed from behind... Wait a second. I just realized something. I'm gonna check something. The medication Inga used for his back pain said to make the pain disappear. Oh my god, he never realized he had a knife in his back. Well, your Majesty, does my theory hold water?
Insolence!
How dare you bore me like this? Huh? You are a humorless moron, spewing an endless stream of unamusing drivel. I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence. Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing. Your Eminence. Again with this.
You dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Perhaps you should be too stupid to notice you have been stabbed in the back.
They are proving my point of what I found. Yes, no one would really mistaken a knife in the back, but he would.
But a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain.
Oh, you mean the thing he always lives with and use medicine to go away? Now hold on.
Allow me to teach you the meaning of pain.
Now there's a point. Normally most people would notice a dagger in their back. Ow, yeah, I doubt someone could ignore pain like this.
Still, in this case, it wouldn't normally that we would empathize.
What the fuck do they think painkillers are? Exactly. Man, what's with prosecutors throwing stuff at defense lawyers? First was Godot with his coffee, now Natha. Maybe Francisca if you consider whipping as throwing. Yeah, fair enough.
Apollo, take another look at the court record.
I already know, I found it. I figured it out before they even actually explained that everyone feels pain. There is a reason Inga didn't feel any pain, and the defense will submit evidence proving just that.
Very well, please present your evidence.
So why didn't he feel any pain? Fucking painkillers. Yeah, I was 2 steps ahead. Sometimes that's a problem, because I want to bring out my point, and apparently it's like I have to reel in. But I already realized, he would feel the knife. No, he wouldn't, because he had painkillers. Those are my father's painkiller shots.
The defense will explain the significance of this evidence.
Want me to inject you with some so you understand? Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence. You can't mean... Minister Inga was stabbed in his back, close to where he usually injected the painkillers. Just inject him with him with it and kick him in the back. Oh, fair enough. I was more or less like thinking pinching or something. Therefore, it's entirely possible that he hadn't noticed he had been stabbed. What's this? Are you suggesting that Minister Inga really ran off with a knife protruding from his back? I am, your majesty. So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him. I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well. Point taken! No one could see the knife. Yes, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep you didn't notice it under the cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Naina in his private quarters. The Holy Mother of Korai, are we dealing with a living dead here? Well, if I bite you, it might become a zombie, who knows? Well, technically he wasn't dead yet. Well, he was... That's the weird thing, a walking dead is a dead that has been brought back to life in a sense, but a walking dead could also mean they are already dead because they are dying in a sense, so... That is such a weird way of saying it. Backshot. I just read that and was like, huh. Now inject her with it and start smacking her face. Yeah, I would probably realize after a while. It's hard to believe, but it's a plausible sequence of events. And once Mr. Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss. Naina killed my father. There must have been some mistake. The defense would like to call Naina to the stand. You see, to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever. Also, she's not an old woman. She is as old as Duruk, or about the same age. Well, there's no real proof, but... What tangled web of expedient lies you weave something. Meister is just like, oh hell no. I can no longer tell fact from fiction. Who or what should I believe in now? Not your mother. I'm sorry, Raifa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaky suspicious Naina's involvement in this case, one way or another. Ah, yes, when I thought we'd blow this case wide open. Well, there's no turning back now. You fool of a lawyer. Normally I'd say yes, but I don't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. Fair enough. I'm pretty certain if I touched her with a pole, it would, like, fucking disintegrate. I know why you were so desperate to prove the accused innocent. Sorry, I got some hiccups or something from the drink. You do? Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty. As shall you under the stipulations of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives. No, the simple fact is I've always believed in that Daruk is innocent. You still cling to your pretense. Very well. I shall offer you a bargain. She's so crazy, just disintegrates your pole. Yeah, I would say it as that as well. If you would admit that the accused is guilty right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting, and you will not be subjected to execution. Is this some sort of joke? Far from it. As queen, I have the power to grant pardons. even to criminals like you. And with a wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even Daruk, should you be willing to cooperate. Could you imagine your pole turning to ashes? That would be awful. I can deal with crazy. This ain't crazy, this is just stupid. Drunken power and being a mage. Yeah. I could not fully imagine. If it would feel like my hand when I burned it on oil, then probably. Painful.
She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in our faces like that, that's just wrong.
Forget all that has transpired in Kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense of this accused and accept my generous offer? If we don't take this deal, we'll be executed along with Daruk if he's found guilty. What should I do? Continue. It's not even a question. Nice try, Garan. But it looks like you don't know what justice is made of. We want what the hell is that word? Can't believe I just got remote post not clarity by just typing on a Twitch chat. Fair enough. I don't think I've ever read that sentence before. We want kowtow. How the hell do you pronounce that? Hold on, I'm gonna have to search this up. What the hell is this? Kowtow. Okay. Apparently kowtow. I have never heard that before. Okay, fair enough. To stress like that, your eminence. I was so confused. I thought it was an English word first. I was like, the hell is this? But yeah, I did actually get, you know, when they kiss the floor. Oh, okay, then I know. I have never heard that word ever before. It did say it was like from some Japanese stuff or Chinese. Or apparently also in English. I don't know. I've never heard it before though. I was so goddamn confused. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so...
Don't worry, I'm with you, Apollo. To the bitter end, if needed. And well, I can't say I'm used to it. This isn't exactly my first rodeo.
Yeah, he has been here before. He has already been through this once, twice, 3. How many times? 2 at least. I know I have been through this twice. One with a kid and one with Maya.
So keep on fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objection from me.
You nincompoops. That word I have heard. You will die if you lose this case. Why would you even entertain the notion of continuing?
I believe that Daruk is innocent, that's why. And besides, trial exists to give the truth a chance to get out in the open.
You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment. Even if that punishment is death. Does that not frighten you, Hornhead? It's an English word, but since Western people do not really use this, it's not a very common word. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. I have never heard it. I was like, what the hell is this? Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. Man, that's pretty interesting, not gonna lie. The English word looking and sounding more Asian. Fair enough. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that. And here comes the duty part, because she also has a duty. But she still have no idea what she's gonna do with that duty. A duty you are willing to die for. And yet Yeah,
You did. It's a heavy burden, alright. Rifle looks like she's really struggling.
yeah, I think ever since she heard that one day she's gonna be ruler, she had a problem because she already knows shit is happening. And she don't know where the hell to go with that. Also, I just realized, why do we have a fishbowl in there? I hope it's not for drinking.
But it's no surprise considering the torrent of painful truth she has to face.
Very well then. Fishbowl with no fish, just a bowl. Yeah, and water.
If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defensible Culpability Act, I see no reason to not continue with the proceedings.
Like, it looks like a fishbowl. Like, why do they have that? I can understand having something with water so you can drink, but that shape? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I must have to admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt.
Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate different suspects. I just realized, just because you started talking about the DC Act, I kind of forgot, what were we trying to go against with here? Before she just stopped us in the middle of a sentence. Well, lawyer, do you have any evidence you would care to present? Or shall I have the executioner start his preparations? Oh, you can make him start the preparations, but it's not my heads that are gonna disappear soon. But first, I have some serious thinking to do. I'd say that new evidence indicates a different suspect. Exists? Fuck it, exists. Okay, I think I may regret. But does she sound at least a bit concerned? No, I can't let it get to me. I just have to keep pressing forward. This one? I don't think this belongs to Daruk. I think this might belong to her, perhaps.
Take that!
No, damn it. Start the prep, but for you, Your Eminence. Yeah, exactly. Okay, apparently that was false. Perhaps there is no evidence, but there is a way? Because I don't really see any evidence that points there is another person in there. We already know about that. She was doing that. She's somewhere. Man, you know I know she's... What is that for sentence? But fair enough. Okay, if I'm capable of re-choosing, I'm gonna do no evidence. Such evidence does not exist. Just as I thought. You wanna know how I know? Because she's like this? It's kinda obvious. I was hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head. Because I just found out she doesn't. Ah! I didn't even think of that. That's a play with words.
So what now, Apollo?
Well, unless we can prove that Naina killed Ningyam, this trial is over, and so are we. Isn't there still a way to get the proof we need?
without evidence. You know, a key means of obtaining testimony, Ryan. Wait, are you actually suggesting? Because it just changed. Oh, I do love, I take it as a play with words, and then you just say about the whole Rule 34 things. Okay, that is fair. Okay. Fair point taken, actually. Your Majesty. A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind this case is yet to be taken in this trial. But I'm positive that I can back up her claims with this one step. You mean we'll be able to prove that Nina killed Justice Minister Inga? Just how do you propose to prove that? With the help of a certain someone. You need help! Oh, I'm certain you need help. From someone? Well, I can't imagine who it would be. You are in your own graves right now. But I suppose I must ask. And little Miss Lady, could you help us doing a thing here? There is some, but gotta look deep, and there's only 5 of them. Me? Here in Korean, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments, but that requires your benevolence help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence. If you're right about this, Ripa's power should be able to... should enable her to see the very moment Nina stabbed Inga. It'll be hard to watch your father's murder, but it's the only way to uncover the truth. Your benevolence, we need you and your power. You need me.
Objection!
Oh, now you object! You were the one forcing her to do this before! Bugger off. Also, last time we actually were talking about using her thing as a proof, she got pissed off. Wretched simpletons. Did you not see what ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time. Or is it your goal to make her collapse?
Objection!
The princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as a royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now. True, we're not forcing her, we're just saying this is what's gonna be useful. Not gonna lie, but her hair kinda looks like Shadow from the Shadow the Hedgehog. Fair enough, actually. It kinda does. It's going everywhere. Except he's less of tentacles. He kinda looks like a squid or something. Am I prepared? Prepared to fulfill my duty? There's a divination science required at all trials anyway. If so, I imagine there would be a problem with handing down a verdict without one. Indeed, it would be problematic. Under current law, the seance must be conducted before verdict can even be rendered.
Such insolence!
And of course, she is the law. What is her hair supposed to look like? Like, I understand that those things on the sides are supposed to be eyes. I guess the thing on the front are like teeth. But like, is she supposed to look like a squid, a monster? Like, what is she supposed to look like? Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall. As ruling sovereign of Kurine, I proclaim the following. Henceforth, the divination seance shall be optional. She has the power of doing that, but that is basically paying a lot. She just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand. Mother, I do not wish for the trial to end like this. It is as the defense said. I must not neglect my duties simply because I am afraid.
Making up rules as she goes. She must be fun at Monopoly. Definitely. Good lord, I don't want to play that game with her. I shall go through with it this time. I will conduct the seance once more.
Insolence!
Raifa, do not be fooled by this lawyer's guy. I do love before she just pushed her daughter to do this until she was basically about to break. And now when she basically says, I will do this because I now believe I can. No, we don't need you. You are not prepared to witness your father's death. That's kind of sweet, actually. I don't know why, but just a part of Hornhead needs my help. I don't know why. That actually sounds a bit sweet coming from someone like her. Raifa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? But despite your grandiose posturing, you collapsed in most piteous fashion. Even worse, you have erred in your insights of late. Especially her using that nickname she gave him. Yeah, exactly. Like, sure, she just gives the nicknames to everyone she kind of don't dislike, but just a part of her actually saying, helping us. I don't know. That's just like one of the sweetest things she actually has done in this whole game. For has not the bomb one there overturned them more than once? You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So I say to you, be gone. This sacred hall of justice has no need for such a worthless royal priestess. Jesus, now I understand why she wants to help us instead. Wow. How can she say that to her own daughter? Okay, I am really starting to get the feeling it might be that the real mother is actually Naina. Her heart wants to help, but her mouth still calls them Hornhead. Yeah, exactly. And that is why she just treats her as nothing, because she doesn't have a daughter. So, mother, you think me worthless?
Objection!
Yeah, her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? So I don't see why you can't have to condemn her. So why you have to condemn her before she even made the attempt? Nah, she doesn't want her to do it anymore, because now it might show what's really happened. Yeah, exactly. I am absolutely aware of that. That is the whole point. I am pretty certain she knew that she would fail before. But now when her daughter basically is like, yeah, I will do this because I've decided I can do this, she says, nah. Because I don't want you to see a specific thing here. Very well, horned devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give you my consent. However, should Raifa fail once more, you two and the accused shall be executed on the spot. Of course, you're always gonna give us the, if you fail, you're dead, so don't fail. Come again. This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated. Well, lawyer, what say you? Yeah. I'm gonna do it. We have already discussed so much of how we trust Daruk that we're standing here. So, that's the thing. She's a royal. She realized how much she doesn't do anything good. She doesn't really do anything at all other than the Seance. Now when she realized she one day gonna rule, she just believes She is gonna have to find her duty. She wants people to believe in her because that means that they actually truly believe in her. So of course I'm gonna basically let her try it. At least we are the only one that believes in her then. If I fail, you will be put to death. What she's doing is being benevolent and dangling a way out, but in truth, she fears the princess might succeed. Yeah, exactly. I know you collapsed during your previous attempt. To be honest, that was one of the worst fainting ever. We have seen her faint before, but she kinda does it with a flair. This time she actually looked like she was choking or something. Like, it looks like she was dying. But despite that, you are willing to try again. I have faith in that conviction, in that courage. My courage?
Ah, she was doomed to fail if she didn't have courage to perform the seance. Well, it looks like she got the determination to try again.
Right, and that's a bet I'm willing to take. But it is as Mother said, I've erred in my insights of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say that you believe me? The funny part is that when she says false accusations, I believe it before we came here, and that's not her fault. Apollo coming with that charming justice risk, yep.
Objection!
I wouldn't take stock in those words, Your Benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you made an error at all.
Huh?
In the trials I've been a part of in here in Kurain, I'd have never proven my client's innocence without your seance. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insight that they proved served as vital leads to finding the truth.
Vital leads, my seances. So please, Your Benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time.
Objection!
Stop goddamn objecting, there is nothing to object here. Raifa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill prepared to face your father's death. Go on, leave this sacred hall at once. There is something here that she doesn't want her to see, but the question is what? Because if Naina was the one that killed him, then why would that be a problem? Okay, the only problem would basically be that we have to prove that Naina is actually Amara, and then people would just think she's a liar of telling that they're dead. That she's dead. By the way, sacred is a long, not a short. Sacred. Yes. Yeah. I think there's somewhere there is a word similar to that becomes like that. But yes, sacred. I think it's like sacrifice, it's like sacrificed, but that's different. Yeah, so I don't know, for some reason it was just like it goes in there. Yeah, sacred. Okay, thank you. My brain reading too fast, or it doesn't even matter what I'm reading for something. What did you say? I said no, Mother. For I am the royal priestess of Kurain. Jesus Christ, I'm not even gonna make a voice for that one. I have no need for you now. Oh dear. Even if you don't need me, Mother, Hornhead and this Hall of Justice do. It's like, yeah, fair enough as well. Yeah, that works as well. That's also two of the words. He has proven to me by risking his own life. It is because of him that I now understand. Alright, fair enough. Your benevolence. Mother taught me that the divination science was a mirror reflecting naught but the truth. But I began to have my doubt after Bobhead disproved the insights it offered. And now I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, or even Nina. I had believed in them above all others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. The royal priestess must debate each seance with the proceedings lawyer and prosecutors. Yeah, because this is what it was before. Also, there is an ad incoming in about 3 minutes. This is how it used to be before. It used to be a evidence that both prosecutor and lawyers used to do. But basically her mother taught her that what you show us is the utter truth. There is nothing else to it. We don't need anything else. So that is why she started doubting a lot of it, because it was never the truth. It was just what they saw. So that it can be interpreted properly. That is how I believe trials here in Kurine should function. She's doing a good job understanding the legal world already. Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trials towards the truth. The funny part is it still needed her before as well, even though they were false. That is my sacred duty, and I will never shrink from it again.
That's right there, your benevolence. Is a product of what you have learned in your struggle so far. A truth that you realize with your own strength.
As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through. Your Eminence, the royal priestess says she will conduct a divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it. Unless, of course, you are worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient. Raifa, you should actually rebel against me. You would actually rebel against me, your mother and queen. Though I am the scared to see my father's death, I must face my fears. That is what Hornhead has taught me here today. Oh, fair enough. The funny part is, she didn't
I am the royal priestess Raifa Padma Kurain.
Oh! She doesn't even let anyone take her cape this time, she just drops it.
And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Her mother hasn't even said yes, she basically went, yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Your Eminence, it seems the priestess is more grown up than you thought.
Raifa?
Well then, let us proceed with the divination seance.
She really has the gall to call herself her mother after saying that about her. Yeah, definitely. I wonder what Inga's memories are going to show us.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oh, I was wondering what happened with the chat, but that's because there is an ad incoming. Or is popping up now. So we're gonna listen to the song while the ad is playing. Gonna pour myself a drink once more, because I am drinking a lot right now. I'm gonna need to pee later on, because good lord. Gal. Another stupid spelling compared to the pronunciation. Okay, Gal. Jesus. No, wait, which one was... I completely forgot what I read Which one is the pronunciation and which one is the word? No, no, I heard gal before. But gal, yeah, okay, no. Pronunciation, yep. So it's basically the gal one. Jesus. Pronunciation is gal, thank you. My brain went with, oh, something's going on here, but I completely forgot what the hell did I read. It's funny, like, I can't speak English very well. It's just specific words I've never heard before that it's like, oh, you don't pronounce it like this. And as you said, it's pronounced with a W more or less. It's like, where the hell does that come from? This is like saying goal with an accent. Fair enough. Goal, jeez. I'm never gonna remember that. I'm too much of a I read, I say kind of person. Especially if I've not learned it before. Yeah, we do learn English here in Sweden, but there are specific words we never really learn. And to be fair, we have also seen in like how school have changed since I was younger, and it's like, yeah, many kids learn these things these days. Yeah, I never did. Which means, yeah, there are some stuff changing over and over. Oh yeah, incense, grapes, sour. Looking at the Holy Mother. No, Holy Mother. Bowing, footsteps. Incense gets longer. Man's voice, probably talking to the Holy Mother. Pain. And footsteps. Still pain. I was right. Oh, yeah. I know what the problem is. As we discussed last time, yeah, no face. Reason is he can't remember faces. We did talk about this last time because he had this notebook. He needed to write down that Naina had a purple hat, glasses, and diamond-shaped tattoo on the forehead. Daruk has long hair, eye patch, and blue clothes. Right, spiky hair, blue clothes, pink necktie. Because he can't recognize faces whatsoever. I don't really remember what it was called. I was told that last week. I do believe I'm always gonna forget about that because it's one of those long medical terms. But also, what is interesting is the forehead of Daruk. It had a diamond shape. What the... A faceless being? What the heck? His face is just like nothing. That picture on the founder. Prosopagnosia. Thank you. As I said, it's a medical term. I don't think I'm ever gonna really remember that, but I know I have heard it, and I've not seen it, but like made up wise, I've seen it. I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see. Father, what was it? What was it you saw? You saw a face, you just couldn't recognize it. Are we to understand that this was the last thing the victim saw? Yes, there can't be no mistake. That was what was my father himself witnessed. How very strange, but you don't suppose the Holy Mother possessed the accused and slew the minister Inga for planning a coup? Talk about a sharp left turn into the Twilight Zone. You know, there's one thing in there that caught my attention. The forehead. Okay, let's check what we need to fix here, because right now I don't think there's anything with the smell, the sound, the pain and everything. That laugh, who does it belong to and why are they laughing? Who knows? Though I suppose it could be Druk after he slew my husband. But that figure didn't even have a mouth. I think we're done here, lawyer. How so? You claim that Minister Inge was stabbed in his private quarters and feel no pain when he went to the tomb, where he eventually fell dead. I think Apollo would recognize his father's laugh. Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think we hear it. We see the text of what happened. So it's not like we hear all this. It is just basically the emotions or the senses coming through as a text. So he would recognize it. Which means that if it actually would be a recognized laughter, they would spoil the queen already. But this Sion's vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and felt great pain no less. Oh, that. Therefore, as I asserted all along, it's like we see his senses, feel the pain, hear the laughter, and smell the incense. Yes, it was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb. Everything just backfired big time. It did not. I already have two things for this. First of all, his notes of not being able to recognize faces because he has what's it called? Prosopagnosia. Second, we have an image of Amara with a diamond on the forehead. Not only that, but, well, technically not Amara, but Nina, because it said so in the notes, which makes it possible that she is the murderer, and therefore we can bring her in, because we couldn't bring her in before because she was just a bystander, innocent bystander. She didn't do anything. But now we have something here. Also, yes, fish. Wow, Garan has the devil's own luck, doesn't she? Now then, I shall give voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. Yeah, of course, do that. I trust her much more now than before, because she now actually want to help us. Around 3 p.m. my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. Oh, spotted grunt. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Daruk's voice. The next moment he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed as the attacker let out a laugh. So, what now, Mr. Wright?
It's up to us to knock holes in Rifa's interpretation of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding of them could be mistaken.
Okay, give it a try. Around 3 p.m. my father in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. My father waiting in the tomb. Oh, there we go. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when he heard Daruk's voice. Okay. Here is my thought of it. I don't think it is Daruk's voice. What if he actually spoke himself? There we go. So, fast forward. Fast forward. Pause here. Can I do this?
Objection!
There we go. Your benevolence. There seems to be an inconsistency in interpretation. An inconsistency? Where? Mrs. Inge is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. Oh, take some time to load in, I guess. I swear it's been like this ever since I fixed the fan on my thing, because I managed to fuck up the SD reader a bit. When he heard the voice you claim is Daruk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder. That's strange, right? He was waiting for Daruk to arrive with the founder's orb, but when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind? True. Then whose voice was it? It was most likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Someone like a friend.
Objection!
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the voice can only have belonged to Daruk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Then it was his own.
Apollo, don't we have something that could reveal the owner of the mysterious voice?
No, I think we do. Something that Inge had while he was waiting for Daruk. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. Yeah, that would be a something. Wait, what did he have with him? I'm gonna do this because that's the only thing shown. Queen, shut the fuck up, yeah. That's my father's. I know this must be hard for you, but could you please take a look at this photo? There's something here that can point us towards the identity of the voice. Oh shit, he died while speaking to us. When we're still in America. He has been laying there dead for a while then. This is the real source of a man's voice. Either that or he just call a friend of his. A cell phone? Right. Also, I just realized what time it is, but I'm gonna continue a bit more. I'm having fun. Right, I believe that the voice the minister heard was of a call on his cell phone.
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view of the matter?
I concede the possibility. Then it seems I must refine my vision. I still want to point out a big-ass thing in the forehead. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them? My father had members of the secret police position throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Daruk and the rest of you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Your benevolence, I believe you have an insight to revise.
I know, Bobhead. Don't presume to tell me to do my duty. There we go. Time to go back into this.
So, the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. But there might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Let's take another look at Rival's inside all and really focus on the various sensations.
Alright, so what else could be wrong here? Gonna load in a bit. Loading, loading, loading. I'm gonna do one more of these, and then I'm probably gonna end the stream, because technically I am supposed to have ended about 30 minutes ago. So incense. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna rewind a bit. So he sits there, smell grapes, taste sour, look at Holy Mother, bowing to the Holy Mother, footsteps is his own, incense getting stronger, subordinate's voice in the telephone. No, hold on. I know why the wine is sour. At the same time, it's not so. Hold on, I'm trying to pause something here. Lion's roar. Hold on a second. Whoops. Also, I don't think it's wine, it's grape juice. Apparently it might just be... Dog bark, okay. Pain. Footsteps. Okay, there is something with this, because these two are new. They are sounds of a dog barking and a lion's roar. 3 p.m. I don't think this was 3 p.m. because this could have been around 2 p.m. Because I know the lion's roar is technically the warbird that sounds like that.
Objection!
It's loading a lot, but I didn't hear the music stop, so... I think I'm wrong here. There was that dragon show in the streets, but I don't know about the timing. Yeah, there was something, but I thought like if he died earlier than when people told him. That's the only problem here. I'm trying to figure out when the things are. Can I like also like use... No, I cannot use these. I can only do rewind and stuff. I think there's something with the warbird, but I don't know. I feel like somehow this feels familiar. I might have well, I have played this before, but also I feel I have like seen someone play this part, and there was something specifically here. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon a picture of the Holy Mother. My father took a call from a subordinate at the palace. Oh, okay, they were not at the palace.
Objection!
That's the thing. I hate to break it to you, Benevolence, but you're misinterpreting something again. What do you mean, again?
Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on.
Let me rephrase that to Benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to the subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with the final memory. What do you mean by that? Gonna go back in there. For some reason, going from one thing to this somehow takes a bit of data. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the reader. A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claim the call was with someone at the palace. But let me ask you, do you keep lions there? No. The only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog. Wait, that giant one in front of the minister's house is her pet? I didn't even see anything like that. Besides, there aren't any lions in Kurain. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affair, I'm afraid. Well, I remember hearing sounds like that. The lion's roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in the bazaar. Isn't that the cry of the warbird over in the bazaar? Your Benevolence, do you think you can clarify the voice for me? Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. Yeah, so lion's roar, warbird's cry. What's this? Just as I suspected. It was the call of a warbird. That means the subordinate that Minister Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace. But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have? She's right. It's important to know where the call was coming from. It's very important. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. But I can think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area. Oh, that was the firecracker. Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Also, I am actually going to end the stream here. Bit knackered, doing voices all the time. I do love playing this game. But I think today I'm kinda gonna keep going with my schedule of ending at 8. I just missed when 8 was. That was the problem.